You know, Reg, during the break, I was talking to some various people, and there are some people that don't yet know this year there is no Clearwater Great Hudson River Revival.
There is not. Clearwater, as an organization, is going through a transition.
That's a lovely way to put
Thank
it.
You. I'm very diplomatic. We became aware of the fact that things kind of collapsed a little, and the boat is being refurbished, and basically the organization is kind of out of money. So things kind of crashed a couple of months ago. However, the good news is that, you know, sometimes these things happen, certainly to organizations. And certainly after Pete and Toshi died, a lot of us knew that, you know, with them being part of the founding, that losing our icons was really going to present a challenge for the organization going forward to kind of figure out what its new mission is.
So that has happened.
It has indeed.
You will see there are going to be some various fundraisers. We're taking part in some of them to raise money for Clearwater. And then we hear that on the Saturday of Father's Day weekend, when normally there would have been the festival, there may just be some semi-spontaneous picnics that arise right out there.
With music.
With music. Yeah, picnics with music. So, you know, keep your eyes out and,
So we've been blessed to be part of the organization for a long, long time, and part of the blessing of that was to get to be friends with Pete and Toshi for years and years and years. And two amazing people. We were just talking last night and just saying that when Pete Seeger died, one of the most amazing things that happened was that it wasn't like, you know, a lot of famous people die and there's like this big, you know, hubbub and, you know, the press just kind of goes crazy.
There was a hubbub.
Yeah, but the
press
hubbub
did go crazy.
But the thing that was amazing about it was as people started to write in and the social media took it over, all around the world, people were writing in with personal stories that they had of their contact with Pete, either by meeting him somewhere or by having him come to sing at their school or camp or their concert in some other country, or by a letter that they wrote to him that he answered. All of the stories were so personal. It wasn't this, you know, great icon has died. And Toshi, of course, had her own very special force field that permeated the world. It also permeated Pete. So as we were ourselves dealing with his death, we were invited by a friend of ours here in the front.
Who's sitting right there. No, actually, our friend Amy is a second grade teacher, and we've sung in her classroom before. And we were staying at her house when we heard the news about Pete. And she said, well, come sing to my students. I'm going to tell them about Pete tomorrow. And we saw those second graders when we went to the classroom. And their eyes were so big, you know. They said, ooh, you knew Mr. Seeger. Tell us about him.
So he lived very close to the river that he loved, and he was part of cleaning up that river. And they went, oh, the Hudson River. It's an estuary. It flows both ways.
And we were impressed, you know, because growing up, we didn't know nothing about no estuaries, you know. So it's a testimony to the work of Pete and Toshi and to wonderful teachers that have taken it up.
News came over the air tonight. Pete Seeger went sailing today. Set out on the Hudson about 9 o'clock, searching for new songs to play. Passed by Bear Mountain, making great time as the water slapped hard on the bow. At Storm King, he turned that boat into the wind, set the old Woody G on the prow. Now he's high over the Hudson, sails headed for home. Hot on the breeze as it cuts through the trees. Pete, you're not sailing alone. No, you're high over the Hudson. You got one hell of a view. Now your battles are won, a new journey's begun. Pete, we're singing with you.
Of time and rivers flowing, the seasons make a song, and we who sit beside her still try to sing along.
A troubadour's life has its ups and its downs. Of that there's so much that's been said. Pete spoke out for justice year after year, a leader who actually led. He sang out for freedom, he sang out for peace, taught through the power of song. Ahead of his time in all seasons of life, he kept us all singing along. Now he's high over the Hudson, sails headed for home. High on the breeze as it cuts through the trees, Pete, you're not sailing alone. No, you're high over the Hudson. You still got one hell of a view. Now your battles are won, a new journey's begun. Pete, we're singing with you.
So many homeless sailors, so many winds that blow. I asked the half-blood scholars which way the current flows.
Odetta and Mary say, welcome, good friend. And Woody and Faith both agree. You lived your passion for 94 years, and you lived it with integrity. Now we as your children and we as your friends must take up your mission of song. As Toshi yells out with a smile on her lips, hey Peter, what took you so long? And now he's high over the Hudson, sails headed for home. Hard on the breeze as it cuts through the trees, Pete, you're not sailing alone. High over the Hudson, you still got one hell of a view. Now your battles are won, a new journey's begun. Pete, we're singing with you, with you. And we who must join in can stand aside no